And a look at your Pecos League recap for games played on June the 1st. I'm your host, Joey Dean. We start in California. Martinez and Bakersfield, top of the third inning. Jacob Klinowski with a 3-run home run makes it 5-1 in favor of Martinez, part of a 6-run third inning. Bottom of the sixth inning, Joe Sterick at the plate. He singles, scoring Max Carrillo. But he wasn't done yet, as later in the inning, Stark back at the plate. This time he will double, and 3 more runs will come in. Part of a 12-run inning for Bakersfield on 6 hits and 2 errors. Sterick, 8 RBI in the game, as Bakersfield goes on to win this one by a score of 20-10. We'll stay in California, go to Dublin as the Austin Weirdos came to town. Top of the first inning, Donnell Daniels with a solo home run makes it 1-0 in favor of the Weirdos. Bottom of the fourth inning, Juan Gonzalez at the plate, and he hits a 2-run homer, ties the game at 3. And then we go to the bottom of the seventh inning, DJ Aceron at the plate. He'll hit an RBI single, makes it 6-4 in favor of Dublin. They will go on to win the game by a score of 7-4 over the Austin Weirdos. We go now to the Mountain Division, a very wet one in Garden City as Grand Junction came to town. Bottom of the first inning, Connor Ozika with a sacrifice fly puts Garden City ahead 1-0. After the first of 2 rain delays, Rolando Lujo with a fielder's choice. Wyatt Cunningham scores, ties the game at 1. Then Trent Lowe for Garden City reaches on an error. Rob Morsetti and Darius Freeman score, makes it 3-1 in favor of Garden City. Top of the fifth inning, Michael Dewar with a double. Easton Bryant scores, makes it 3-2. But the weather just would not quit, and the game would be called a little bit later due to lightning. After 5 innings, Garden City wins it 3-2. Next we go to Pecos as Santa Fe comes to town against the Pecos Bills. Bottom of the first inning, Bilar Whittle with a 2-run double. That caps off a 6-run inning to make it 6-0 in favor of Pecos. Go to the top of the fourth inning, Garrett Esposito with a 2-run triple, part of an 8-run inning for Santa Fe. They would lead at 13-6 when all was said and done in the inning. We go to the bottom of the ninth, though. Pecos trying to come back. Eric Yelding with a triple of his own, scores a run, but leaves the tying run at third. That's where he would stay. Despite 7 runs in the ninth inning, Pecos wouldn't have enough as they fall 18-17 against Santa Fe. Now we go to Trinidad. Alpine Cowboys facing the Triggers. Bottom of the third inning, Anthony Pascale with a double as a run scores and it ties the ball game up at 1. Fast forward all the way to the top of the ninth inning, Michael Prisco with an RBI single for the Alpine Cowboys. Julian Aguilera scores, makes it 4-3 in favor of Alpine. But Trinidad would have none of that. Bottom of the ninth inning, Jeremiah Kabubaya with an RBI walk-off single as Wyatt Morgan scores. And the Triggers with the walk-off win 5-2 over the Alpine Cowboys. Next, we'll go to Roswell as Tucson visits the Invaders. Bottom of the first inning, Terry Daniels, the throw to first to try to get him. He'll end up just stealing home. Ties the game up at 1. Top of the sixth inning, Jack Kaliski with a 2-run homer. Makes it 7-4 in favor of Tucson. Bottom of the eighth inning, though, Sean Moore at the plate. He hits a 2 RBI single, part of a 4-run inning for Roswell. As the Invaders take the lead, they'll keep the lead, as they would go on to win this one by a score of 11-9. And finally, we'd go to Blackwell, Oklahoma, as North Platte comes to town. Bottom of the second inning, it's already 13-1, but Blackwell would get another run as Shane Morrow hits a home run, makes it 13-2 in favor of the North Platte 80s. North Platte would put up some major runs in this one as we go to the top of the eighth. Darius Bomer with an RBI ground out. 4 runs scored in the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning for the North Platte 80s. They would go on to win this one by a score of 17-2. Make sure you join us next time for another Pecos League recap.